And this is Mark and
Nikhil.
Nikhil. Thank you. And you guys are investors, is that correct?
That's what they tell us.
And what's the name of your company?
We're both part of First Light Ventures, which is a seed fund of the Gray Ghost family in Atlanta.
Fantastic. So what do you invest in?
We focus on enterprises that operate in the developing world and provide some sort of meaningful social or environmental value.
What do you look for when somebody walks in the door and says, I can do something like that?
Well, I think there's two prongs here. Obviously, we're interested in what the actual idea is and what the financials look like, what the business model looks like. But I think what people miss a lot of the times or are not as keen on focusing on is their team. It's easy to be able to get on board with somebody when you know that they have a history of success.
So it starts with the people, is that correct?
Absolutely.
How do I make a pitch to you guys?
Well, I think before you ever come to us, it's really smart to know what our investment criteria are, because we spend a good portion of our day trying to figure out whether your business matches the specific criteria that are set out by our principal and by our investment committee.
Yep.
And even if there's a business that could be the next Facebook, we don't make investments in social media companies in the United States. So.
Right.
Even if you had Facebook, we wouldn't have been able to invest. So making sure that you meet our criteria is the number one thing I could recommend, because there is somebody that invests in a business like yours. You need to make sure that you're talking to the right person.
But how do I get the first meeting with you? How do I introduce myself?
Well, I think if you come through a trusted partner that we have, that's always better than cold calling us.
So there's a network I need to plug into.
Yeah, let's say you met one of us at a conference. Meeting one of us at a conference is a great way to get our ear for a little bit. Or let's say you talked to one of our colleagues, or let's say your friend did so and now you want to connect with us. Even a lukewarm introduction is much better than a cold call.
In terms of process, what we'll do often is we'll ask for pro forma financial statements, so seeing what kind of revenues you're projecting out, and more importantly, how you think about the revenues that you're creating and the costs that go into those. We want to see a business plan. We like to see a pitch deck because that helps us get a grip on how you think about your company.
Right.
And then from that point, we feel like we should have a good enough idea of what your business looks like in order to actually have a conversation with you.
You like me, you like the business plan, we've had our meeting. What happens next?
Just because we're dealing with $100,000 at a time investments, is keep the process pretty lean and get through it in a period of 3 months.
How many pitches do you usually see before you say yes?
In the first quarter of this year, we took a look at 150 companies.
Wow.
And then whittled that down to 24, and then whittled it down to 8, and have decided to invest and are now talking with 2.
What's the ideal deal you would love to see come to you?
Does it have the potential to generate for us market level returns? Yes, it does. Is this a team that can actually pull this off?
Right.
We think so.
Right.
And is this a team and a company that is dedicated to creating the kind of social impact that we as a team and that our founder is committed to creating with his capital?